Prepare to attack the enemy's control points.
Get behind me, Doctor!
I am fully charged!
You are listening to Control Point, a Team Fortress 2 podcast with Brent Copeland, Eric Fullerton, Wes Wilson, and Spencer Williams.
Control Point, episode 37, recorded on June 29th, 2008.
I'm Brent Copeland.
I'm Wes Wilson.
I'm Eric Fullerton, reporting for duty.
I'm Spencer Williams. Welcome to another episode of Control Point. I believe this is our final episode, right?
That's what Eric said.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least our last episode with Eric. We're kicking him out of the band.
Yeah.
We're kidding. We do this every week. This is not the final episode.
No, Eric, we're not kidding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I hope you don't mind we still come over and use the podcast equipment.
Yeah.
Should we go ahead and play the outro music now? Is it over?
Yeah.
No, we're just kicking you out. It's not over.
Oh, okay.
We'll see you later.
I'll just
Eric.
watch from the sidelines.
It was great. Thanks for joining us.
Before you go, though, why don't you check and see what's in the briefcase for us, because I don't feel like doing it.
In the briefcase.
The briefcase. This week, there's been some advances in briefcase technology, and we have a prototype of the most sophisticated briefcase in the galaxy.
In the galaxy?
Yes, and it's proven because they found life on Mars. In fact, they're little briefcase people. This is more sophisticated than those briefcases.
Wow. Is
Isn't
it
that cool?
is it a 10-dimensional briefcase?
It is. Well, actually, it's 10 and a half.
Oh, cool.
If you look real carefully, you'll find a half of a dimension in there.
Excellent.
All right, so we're going to open this sucker up?
Sure.
All right.
Are you sure it won't destroy the fabric of space and time as we know it?
Well, no, we can't be sure.
Okay, here, I'm pushing the button to open it. Boop, 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 boop.
Steam lock. All right.
Wow, it kind of floats in midair.
We have, this week...
Do you want me to read this?
Yeah, you read it.
Okay. First off.
Quality over quantity.
Anyway, we've got it's a week after the new unlocks, and we're gonna talk about even further perceptions of the new Pyro unlocks. We've got a guest today. We've got Adam Muir contacting us. Additionally, we're going to talk about soldiers after the patch, and I think I've got a good hour's worth of Age of Conan talk in me. What do you guys think?
Awesome.
Y'all are lying because y'all haven't been playing. Left me all alone.
Well, you know,
I am playing. I just made a different character because I don't want you to know.
Ouch.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, burn.
Ouch.
Okay, so moving on to our week's Brand. It's been a while since you've gone first.
Sure.
Brenty.
I think you should go first.
Then I'm going to go first.
Okay.
So I played this week in my first pickup game. I didn't really know what people were talking about.
Did you get picked last?
No, I was actually chosen to be one of the pick-uppers.
The pick-uppers?
Yeah, so I had to
Pick-uppers.
duel with someone to see who went first. So, but how we chose who picked first, we had to do the Hadoken or whatever it's called. The
the pyro thing?
Yeah, the pyro insta-kill thing, and of course I lost it.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's whoever goes second is going to kill the other person because they're still locked in the animation.
Oh.
But anyway, so I guess how it worked is we had one of each class. So I had to play. I started off, I think, playing a heavy.
Yeah.
That didn't go so well.
I'd never seen you as much of a heavy player.
Yeah. At first they wanted me to be a spy. I think that would have been even worse. But so anyway, we got steamrolled a few times, and then they left. And,
Steamroll.
yeah, so... that's
So
all
you
I
did a
played
horrible
this week.
job of picking then, is what you're saying.
I thought I picked, like, the most excellent team in the world.
But you really picked all, like, the six stringers, right? You just...
No. I think we were all...
You were going for the AA league because it felt more intellectually, correct.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember when Brent used to be funny?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool,
That
wasn't it?
was.
I don't remember that.
Hey,
That's probably a problem. So, anyway, that's my week.
Really?
Well, TF2.
That's it?
Yeah, I didn't really play much TF2 this week. I didn't really do much gaming this week.
What else did you play besides TF2?
I played a little bit of Bloody Mare or Requiem.
Oh, really? I still haven't played that.
Yeah, don't waste your time.
Really?
Isn't that good?
Well, it's not that it's not good. It's just it's just a bland MMO. It's not that great. The thing is, it's free, so anybody can go pick it up and play it. And that might be kind of cool if we had like a big CP group that went in and terrorized everybody else. Because you do PvP stuff, and we can just be jerks and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Could be good.
You want me to talk more?
No, you can quit.
No, you're good.
Right.
We actually, I would like for you to shut up.
Well, that's good. I did play a little bit of Age, not much. A little bit of WoW, not much. Saw the Diablo 3 announcement.
Woohoo!
That's about it.
I actually want to talk about that this entire podcast. Personally, I am so excited.
I think it's too early to get excited, though.
Excited.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not early at all. It's Diablo 3.
Next
And
November.
if you think it's too early, then you're wrong. Next November? No. It's not coming
Besides,
out before
what's the big deal with
2010.
Diablo 3? We've got dungeon runners right now.
Yeah, whatever.
The movie did look.
Well, I'll go ahead and go next. I never go second.
I'm not done.
So
Yeah.
you're not? You said you were done.
Now I'm done.
Now he's done.
Brilliant.
Hey,
I didn't do a whole lot of gaming this week.
How'd your week go?
It went okay. I didn't do a whole lot of gaming this week because I had a certification exam on Thursday, and I spent most of the week studying for that. But I did pass it, so that's good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you get an A?
I did. It's not letter graded, but I would assume
He was
You know
certified.
what? Sure.
nuts.
I got like an A triple plus. That's what I got.
That's great.
I know. I did play some TF2 last weekend a little bit. I hopped on, and I think it was actually on Sunday night. It might have been on Monday night. I'm not sure. But I don't have note cards on which I keep track of my playtime. I'm not that organized. Mm-hmm. I did play on CTF, and I played on, Lightspeed? Is that what it's called?
Fastlane.
Fastlane, yeah.
Living in the
That shows
fast
you how much of
lane.
shows you how much of an impact that map made on me. But CTF I had a blast on. I really enjoyed it. I don't know why, but I really liked it much better than I like CP.
Really?
Maybe it's just because it was new and fun, but
No, that's one I did want to play.
I still haven't played it yet. Not the new version.
No, we should all play it because it's fun.
Okay.
It is.
Let's see. Other than that, I didn't do a whole lot of gaming. I played some StarCraft. I played some The Ship.
What's your chosen StarCraft race?
I don't play multiplayer because I suck at it. I mean, like really, really suck at it. like, oh my god, it's terrible.
Do you suck, Wes?
It's like how bad you are at TF2, Wes.
Well, maybe we should get some 2-on-2s like you.
I'm sorry, we've lost connection with Spencer.
I thought you were serious.
And then the last thing I did was I actually woke up at 5:00 in the morning on Saturday, which happened to be just in time for me to watch the opening ceremonies from the Blizzard, Worldwide Invitational, where they announced StarCraft 3. And I watched all of that, and then I'm sorry, not StarCraft 3, Diablo 3. And then I immediately booted up Diablo 2 and played it like all day yesterday, so.
I still need to get a key. I lent my copies of Diablo 1 and 2 and the expansion and Lord of Destruction to someone, and I forgot who I lent them to, and I no longer have keys for those games.
Hey, I'm on my third copy of it, so, you know.
That's sad.
That's it for me.
You want to talk about my week?
Sure.
I'll talk about your week. Okay. Wes started his week with a nice cup of orange juice, which he drank very, very quickly and then got heartburn from the acid in the orange juice. He then spent the rest of the week trying desperately to find Tums.
Well, after my airship wreck.
Yeah, how was Lake Erie?
Lake Erie is beautiful this time of year, especially from beneath the surface.
Nice.
Anyway, long story short, my convention is coming up next weekend, July 4th weekend, Play on Con down in Birmingham, Alabama. Woo-hoo. So I've been working really hard to get that ready to go, and I haven't been gaming as much as I should. I mean, as much as I want to, but at the same time, I've been gaming more than I should because because I keep like...
I have to say, he says that he's been working on it all the time, but like every couple hours or so, I get a message from him that says, I should really be working on the con right now, but I just don't feel like it.
Well, I did a couple of things that, like, for instance, I felt like I should, play some TF2, so I would be informed when we talked about stuff this week, and then Clyde sent me a ship invite for the demo. So I played the ship, which is kind of a fascinating concept. You've played, Eric?
Yeah, I saw you logged on. It was Friday night, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I logged on at Friday night as well.
And have you played yet?
I haven't. No one sends me free shit.
So send anyone who has purchased the ship, please send Brent an invite. But I played it for a while, and it was kind of a fascinating concept. I enjoyed a lot of the stuff, but it took me forever to first off, I don't know the maps. So when you look at your quarry and you see, they're in this room in this area, I'm like, I don't know where that is. So there's a huge knowing the map advantage. Mm-hmm. The second thing is that I am busy looking for weapons, and I'm like, okay, is there anything in this closet? No. What about this closet? No. I don't really know where is the best place to look for weapons yet.
Yeah,
that's my biggest complaint about that game is I feel like if it would actually even be better if they just started everyone with a random weapon. Even if it was a crap weapon. If it was a random weapon and I had a weapon, I at least could feel like I am playing the game instead of just running around looking for a poop place.
Yeah, it's kind of like they do in Deathmatch. You start with your crappy weapon and you go trying to find the BFG.
Do you? I haven't played Deathmatch.
No, they don't. You don't get a weapon when you start off in the ship. You have to find one.
No. I'm talking about in regular Deathmatch.
Oh,
that's what you're saying that they should do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and the problem is that the good players get a hold of the semi-automatic weapons, and then that's the end of it. They lock down certain parts of the map, and it's very frustrating. And I really didn't enjoy it all that much. And then, like, for instance, somebody gets lucky, and I would get caught every time I killed anybody I wasn't supposed to kill. I'd get thrown in jail or some kind of craziness. And for some reason, anybody could kill me without any, worry of having anything go wrong,
Mm-hmm. So, okay, Peanut's saying that you should start off as a passenger and go look around and find all the stuff first.
Oh,
yeah, that's boring as crap. You know what that is? That's delaying the time that it takes me to be able to play the game and have fun.
Yes.
I mean,
Spectator.
that is a workable solution.
I mean, don't y'all think knowing where everything is in, say, TF2 is just as valuable? Knowing where all the health is, the ammo is.
Well, the problem
where
is
to go to cap.
Okay, so you find a syringe in your room, and somebody is standing outside the hallway of all the of half the starting rooms, and they have a pistol. You step out into the hallway and you die. It's just not...
Why do you step out in the hallway? Why don't you wait for him to come in and stab him in the neck with the syringe?
Yes, because what you're going to do is get lots of points for sitting in a room waiting for someone to come in it. No. Anyway, I did not really...
That's how I played.
I really did not have a very good time playing. And then, we played the thing where there's two different teams,
Oh, yeah.
There's the debutantes and the untouchables or something like that. And I ended up being the VIP. And we just hid in a room. And I'm like, guys, I'm getting hungry. Guys, I'm blocking the door. I'm getting hungry. Somebody needs to bring me some food and some water. Doesn't that sound like a great gameplay? I'm going to hang out in this room and have people bring me stuff. It was terrible. I did not have a good time.
It's like being a king.
Maybe I'll have more fun after I've played it for a while and maybe know the maps a little better, but I didn't.
I think maybe if you started role-playing in it, you'd have more fun. Yeah.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Look for some furry outfits.
Oh, yeah. That'd be hot. I'll be a vampire running around. Look out for the brouhaha!
Now, I have to say, playing the ship, did you ever play the team versus team style of play?
Yes.
I like that a lot better. It seems like my success in the game is far less dependent on my ability to find crap, because if you invariably have someone on your team that knows where stuff is and he can drop stuff for me, it just seems like that's more fun, and it would be even more fun if he didn't have to do that, if instead I just started with something. So
yes. Well, I did the team thing, and pretty much if I walked out in a hallway, I got shot. So, the ship. Woo! Anyway, so then I played some TF2, and I'll save our, which maps we're going to talk about, later in our reconnaissance segment. I did 2 weeks ago, and we were going to talk about it a little bit, last week, but when I was sick. But I've been playing a lot of Medic, lately, trying to get my Medic numbers up. And it was funny, we were playing on Bloodstained, I think it was. Okay. And I was playing with Griffin P, and basically we just had several runs of punching heavy. I just kept him healed up, and we kept running down the hallway, and he kept punching people, and it was a lot of.
You do that a lot lately.
It was a lot of fun, and I just there was some good times there, and I just wanted to recognize that. I saw a new motto on the boards today.
Oh, what's that?
I was reading. There was a thread about something, and the conversation ended up changing drastically. And someone said, "We appear to be off course." And so,
in the thread,
yes. And so that was proposed as the new
that works in podcasts
CP logo. Yeah, we appear to be off course. Right. So yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I played some Age of Conan this week, just a little bit. I played a little bit of WoW this week. I played I think that's about it. Icarium. I'm up to level 22 on one of my cities. Yeah, it's big.
Nice.
Okay, that's it.
Awesome.
Cool.
Eric.
My week.
How was your sexy week?
Last week, I wanted to mention something because I totally forgot about it. It's just I just wanted to say thanks to Goose for buying me Half-Life Episode 1 for my birthday. Yay! Woo! I never played Episode 1 or 2, so this is going to be really cool. I didn't buy the Words box. I just bought, just TF2. And then later I had to buy Portal, so I've already wasted too much money.
I don't want to hear it. Go look at my Steam's games list and tell me
what you should have done.
Money.
What you should have done was bought the orange box and given her Portal and TF2.
Oh, yeah. Her being Sabrina?
Yes. I'm pointing. Pointy.
But this week I played some TF2, played some CP After Dark on Friday night. It was a lot of fun. It always is. I missed out. Usually Sigma Sign will go through a bunch of maps, just, newly downloaded stuff. There was one that crashes the server, though. Spywinder C. Have you played that?
No, I haven't.
Great looking map. It is very, very nice looking, but it crashes after a while. There's a lot of particle effects. There's just so much going on. It's kind of a small map, but the layout is just super cool. I just wish it didn't crash. Anyway, hopefully there'll be a part 2 or something, an upgrade to that. But I forgot what all of the other maps we tested out. I tested out a couple later on that night, but I think Sigma Sign had already signed on to the ship along with a lot of other CPers about the time I got on. So we just kind of went around, played some maps we'd already played, like Meridian is always fun, I think. I play Soldier a lot on that map. Also some Fastlane. Again, I play Soldier on that. I think my Soldier's really going up, my playtime of the Soldier. And, of course, I went back, playing the Pyro. I still haven't unlocked my second milestone yet. I wish I would. But I'm still not farming it, so, when it happens is when it happens. Actually, I guess it's due to me playing Soldier a lot more. But, and let's see. So when I first logged in, we'll talk about this in the news section, but I unlocked my third milestone for Medic because they did some updates to the achievements there, so that was nice. I didn't really do much with the bone saw though, because I don't know. I guess I wasn't really in the mood to play Medic, But I'll have to hop back on and see how that works out. Let's see. That's really about it. I played some WoW this week. Of course, Icarium. I think I'm level 19 now. Oh, yeah, and I played Ship. Thank you, Exhibit A, for giving me a pass, a trial key or whatever. It was okay. I guess the thing I have, the issue is there's too many names. Like, you're assigned some random name, and you have to keep track of who it is that you kill. But every time,
you know what? That's another one of my big complaints. Is I don't feel like I have a real personal connection to the person I'm hunting down.
Yeah.
I wish if I knew their regular name, not just their character name, then I would be a lot more motivated to go and hunt them down and murder them in cold blood.
Yeah, and about halfway, I played it for, I don't know, 2 hours maybe. After about an hour, I realized that there was a Sims kind of attribute to it where you have to use the bathroom and you have to eat and stuff. I just didn't pay attention to that for an hour. So to me, it doesn't really matter what you do in the game. I was just killing people. I don't care if I'm hunting someone down. And I'd always hear, "Oh my God, you killed me, crazy woman with a, I don't know, a letter opener or whatever."
Y'all aren't really doing a good job of selling this game.
But like, it's fun to kill, and they're like, "Oh my God, you weren't even hunting me," and I'm like, "I don't care. You're still dead, aren't you? I mean, does it matter?" I mean, I
would do that occasionally too, like get frustrated and just murder the first person I could.
But I don't see that there's any incentive to kill. See, it was late. It was CP after dark. I'm probably totally missing that entire point of this game, but to me, it was a first-person shooter, run around, kill people like crazy people. And that's fun.
There were some points in time where it was entertaining. I don't want to sound totally down on it. I had a good time, and I did manage to kill my quarry, I think, twice in 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. But it was... there was so much other stuff going on, and yeah, the names get confusing. And then I like the idea that people can know what you look like, but you can change outfit, and so from far away they might not know it's you. I like that too. But like, you've got to get right up in people's faces to find out their names. Mm-hmm. So like, I would be walking around and I'd see somebody and I'd walk up to them and I'd like initiate the communication icon thing to like receive their name, and then Eric would stab you in the face. Yeah. No, but that's really what would happen. And it was like, and then there's one time, okay, I went into the engine room. Yeah. I went in the engine room with this huge boat, and I was just looking around, right? And I'm like, okay, well then I look at my quarry list, and the person I'm hunting has come into the engine room as well. And I'm like, okay, so I turn around, I start looking for him, and then I turn to the left and I see them there, right? And so I walk over to them, and they just instantly swivel and shoot me. And I'm like, what? How did you get away with that? He's like, well, you were following me. I'm like, no, you were following me. You just weren't sharp enough to catch it. So, yeah. So, and then at that point in time, once they have killed me and know that they were my quarry because they got away with it, then, I mean, pretty much I'd walk around a corner and be shot by this person. Yeah. You get thrown in jail sometimes, but really, to me, I don't care. There's people down there to kill too. I don't know. Eric's killing the inmates, starting riots. I mean, okay, now it's getting good. I mean, technically, you go to jail all the time when you die in TF2. It's just called a spawn room. You know what I mean? So you don't have to stay in jail that long in this game? You just simply walk out of it. It's and you actually can use the time to like get your stuff back. Like you can sit down at a table and eat and just lay on the bunk and go to sleep and get all your sim stats up while you're in prison. That's what I did. It was great. But just like real prison. Yeah. Just getting jailhouse tats while you're there. Prison is the most relaxing place. Oh my gosh. Just walk into prison. I mean, I don't really know where Spencer went. He didn't really go up to the Carolinas. You get to lay around all day and then you get to go out and have recess. It's fantastic. Okay. Well, I think, are you done with your week? Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. Okay. Are we ready to move on to the prison portion of our show? Yes. Oh, prison. How I love thee. Sorry. On the loudspeaker. So, I guess this week we got another blog post on the TF2 blog. I didn't read it. We get one every week now. Have you noticed that? So, do you think that's good? Do you think that's enough? Once a week? Or... I mean, this was actually less than a week, I guess. But I think it's more than I expected. Do we get one every week? Are we sure about that, or have we just gotten... I think it's only been up 3 weeks, so... Yeah. And I think they put 2 up the first week.
Well, yeah, the new one is June 27th. The one before was 24th. Ooh, took that week. And then the one before that was the 18th. So we are getting them pretty close together.
So basically, I think that if my Valve time calculator is correct, that means that they meant to post those all within 5 minutes of each other.
Yeah.
Well, now the good news is
we've got to push that blog post a couple days.
Like their post on the Metagun is actually kind of informative because it confirms things that we've done experiments. Or other people in our community have done experiments. The latest one is on the TF2 trading cards.
Wow, I haven't seen that one. That's a new one.
Yeah, that's something that they were going to do, and then it kind of fell apart, or they didn't have a reason really to do them. So it's just kind of got the artwork for the cards or a couple of the cards and some text about where the cards came from and all that stuff. So that's not really the kind of thing I'm interested in.
Yeah, it was kind of like the Marvel superhero trading cards. You get the stats, you read the thing. But like when I first heard about it, I heard about it before I saw it on the blog. I thought, oh wow, a CCG, an actual game. Like I'm down to play some TF2 card style. Like some Magic or something. I don't know, whatever.
I thought I was, but I tried to get into like the WoW trading card games, and I just don't have that time to get. I mean, that's why I don't play board games, because I don't have that time to go to someone else's house and then sit down and play, and then it's usually like a whole day event, and I don't have time to do that. You remember
when we were all bachelors and we would hang out at each other's houses for like 6 hours straight and play like 15 games?
No, because I didn't know either of y'all when I was a bachelor, really.
You are such a liar.
I mean, I knew you, but we didn't go over to your house and play.
You did come over to me and Reese's house. Yes, you did.
I've never been over to you and Reese's house.
Really?
Really?
I did, though.
Wow.
We played games.
I think maybe one Halloween. Was there one Halloween I came dressed up like a medic and everybody's looking at me funny because I was the only one dressed up?
No.
I think I was Nivik Eris. You know what I mean? Like, and this wasn't like middle school or high school. This is, we were, out in the world. I had to have been 19 or 20. Maybe even 21. And so we're like, yeah, going to a Halloween party. And I was like, great, that's awesome. So I'd get all dressed up. We'd been playing, Team Fortress at the time. So I dressed up as a medic, had like the mask on, had like the blood on the outfit and everything. And like no one else is dressed up.
Dork.
Yeah, pretty much so. It was one of those nights. And you go, wow, I'm not getting laid tonight, that's for sure.
No, people always dressed up for my Halloween parties. Always.
We need pictures of this, Brent.
Yes. I've been looking for it. There's one picture somewhere.
They're like film, right? You have to scan it.
This will tell you how old it is. It's on a zip disk somewhere.
Oh, nice.
I have a zip drive at the house. We can work this out.
I think so.
That belongs in a museum.
The Museum of Brent.
Okay, so we've got we had a new post on the TF2 blog. Additionally, we had a Steam update. There were a couple of changes here. They reduced the Medic's unlockable requirements to match that of the Pyros. In other words, the Medic players now are meeting the requirements to get their unlockables sooner. Which
the actual achievements that they have to get are still just as ridiculous as they were before. You just have to do less of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and we have a question later on about that. Are we going to play that now at the end of the show, or?
Actually, you know what? That is an excellent choice of decisions to be made there. So, yes. Okay, we will play that right now. This is a question. Actually, there's two questions in here from Yumi, who incidentally made some really cool maps that we like here on CP. Here it is.
Yo, incoming! Negatory! That pyro is a spy!
Oh, please. Preposterous.
Hi guys, Yumi here. I'm an English-based mapper and an avid TF2 fan. You may know me from my works, such as CP Station being my first and most modest map for TF2. Then I made CP Bloodstained, which was a natural progression, and it was better, but still not really fantastic. And for the really on-the-ball players, PL Hoodoo, which is currently in development, but can still be found on a few servers here and there. Anyway, that's enough about me. I'd just like to say I love the show, and I've been listening since episode 4 or 5, one of the early ones, and it's great. Keep up the good work.
You're doing good, lad!
Here's my question for you. When you play a map for the first time, what factors make each of you want to play it again and again? And what factors put you off playing it ever again? Oh, And how do you feel about the medics achievements being dropped down to 10, 16 and 22 to match the pyros? Personally, I'm a little annoyed because when I got to about 23 or 4, through playing normally, I went and found an achievement box server and ground the last couple out just to get the Ubersaw. But obviously, if I knew they were going to reduce them after about a month, I wouldn't have bothered. Yeah, thanks for your time. Keep up good work.
Good work!
Okay, the second part of his question is what we were just addressing. How do you feel about the Medigun or the medic achievements being reduced? I still have yet to grind a single achievement for either class.
I hate you.
And I was running around, and by the way, I don't know exactly how it happened, but I got I was running around as a pyro, and I got an achievement as a pyro, and it knocked me, like it evidently registered with my computer, hey, by the way, now you have enough achievements for the medic. So I'm playing the pyro, and I got my Crits Creek.
That's how I got mine. I don't know if it was my first kill that I got it, and that might have been it. Someone was saying you had to get a kill to get your milestone for it to show. So it might have been just on your first pyro kill.
Well, mine,
possibly.
I logged in as a pyro. The game crashed, and then I logged back in as pyro and got it. But that's what happened.
I'm okay with that. I always thought that having to get all the achievements was pretty ridiculous anyway. It makes people have to grind. Well, I mean, for the medic stuff, people have to grind anyway. But I thought it was kind of silly, to make it so that if you wanted the weapon, you had to grind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's a good thing. I mean, we were all really happy to see that it was easy to get the pyro stuff, which is exactly the reason why I'm not farming the pyro. And now I can reap the benefits with the medic, which I've already done. And that was a class that I did farm for, but I didn't farm enough to get, the third milestone. But now I do. So I think that's a good solution. There's still going to be people out there farming, so it's not ultimately going to stop people from farming. But I don't think Valve is trying to do that. I don't think anything
ever would.
Yeah, and that's fine because you should totally, like Burger King, you should have it your way.
Right away.
Yeah. So whatever's fun.
The first part of the question, do we want to address that one right now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, the first part of the question was, what is it when you first play a map that makes you want to play it again or not play it again? My answers are pretty simple. Number one, if it appears that I don't have a way to bounce back, like if there is no tool to stop a steamroll, then it's a little too frustrating. The other thing is if the map is designed to give snipers free reign, then I generally won't want to play it.
Yeah, that's really good comment there. Sniper War will shut the map off to me forever. Also, the amount of time spent on a map is very important to me too. If it's too fast, I don't like it. If it lasts way too long, I don't like it. There's some sort of sweet spot. I don't know exactly what it is, but having it last a fair amount of time means to me that it's a balanced map and I know what I'm getting into. I'm not going to be there all day or just get steamrolled in 5 seconds, and that's not any fun. So, and also another thing I like about a map is if there are areas that are lesser known to a lot of people, it kind of makes you feel more special. You know what I mean? Like if you know of a really good unused shortcut that people always fall for, if you're ambushing from behind, then I like that kind of map. So
I generally don't care for maps that you get easily lost on. Like if all the hallways look alike and you don't really know where you are, then it's very frustrating. Now there are exceptions to that because I feel like everybody got lost on Steel, but Steel's concept was so cool that it didn't matter. But on some maps, if you're just like, now wait, where am I again?
Yeah.
That gets old. And I like it when you can look around and say, I'm not succeeding at this. Let me try this thing, and it involves the terrain. Like if you say, okay, me running out this door is not working, why don't I try coming from over there? If there's options for you, if there are things for you to do, if there are multiple paths, ways for you to get around, that makes me happy. I also don't like the maps where the secret paths are too exploitative. For instance, if there is a duct that's really hard to find and it gets you way behind enemy lines or something like that, I don't like it.
Yeah,
I like walking into a map and it looking nice and polished already. But I also like maps that are different, that have something unique about them, you know, like Circle Jerk or Steel or what's that?
Meridian?
Hotel Hell. I like the ones that, you know, kind of look different. Cyberpunk.
Hotel Hell?
or
Really?
CP Falling.
I still love that one.
Wow.
I wish I could play it all day long.
I don't want to play it again ever. Ever.
For me, the criteria is pretty simple, and it's hard for me to quantify it in any real way. It's just, do I have fun playing the map? And there's some pretty crappy maps that I end up liking quite a bit because I have fun playing them. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not crappy, because they totally are. I like playing CP Falling every once in a while because everyone goes, "Oh my god, what is this?" and I have fun with it.
And Cyberpunk.
So, I've never played that one, but it sounds like one I would like.
Cyberpunk is cool. You know, by the way, I played that the first time this week.
How'd you like it?
I liked it. Very colorful, very awesome music, and it's
not like it's not like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Colorful. You know, it's like Mario Kart. It's colorful and stuff, but it still sticks to Mario, right? It's still Mario colors for the most part, and it looks kind of Mario-ish.
There's so much hot pink and yellows going on. It's fun. It's fun for 10 minutes.
It's very techno. Yeah. Oh no, it's great for 8 hours straight. You just got to change around the game you're playing on there. Like there's a spy in the discotheque.
Yeah, whenever there's a map where it's up to the players to create their own game, there's either something really wrong or really right about it.
Well, that's the thing. It's not there's nothing to it, because it's just a straight deathmatch map. You know, there's no capture, there's no flag, so you can't capture the flag,
right?
Unless you make a flag and then you capture it. Of course, you got to set terms on how you capture it.
Yeah,
and probably a time limit.
Capture the sticky. And
you're such a dork.
All right, so we answered that question.
I mean that with love.
Now, in addition, now didn't you cover this? They fixed the issue with the hot on your heels achievement.
Hot on your heels.
Do we know what that is, or do you just want to skip it?
I don't know what that is. What was the issue?
I don't know. I was hoping that typed this
can someone in Ustream chat tell us?
I'm pretty sure that's a straight copy and paste from the Steam update. So no one's going to know.
Additionally, good news, Spencer. They incorporated the new Russian fonts into the base Team Fortress 2 fonts. I know that's important to you.
We get so excited.
I've been talking about that for a long time, actually.
Yeah.
That's important to me.
Yeah, we were going to dedicate an entire episode to that. Foreign fonts in TF2.
I think we should.
Okay, so
we've got Mr. Eagle on the line here, and I know there's something you wanted to talk about. If you want to go over that a little bit.
Sure, yeah. Me and Maz, for a while now, have been talking about this new project we thought would be very cool. And what it is a CP book. And we have all kinds of stuff that it could cover. We have a means to get it published online and available to everyone who wants it. A nice big hardcover book of all kinds of CP stuff.
Like what kind of stuff?
First of all, one of the things we were talking about was an episode guide. So we have a page for each episode of the entire podcast, and so you could get a little overview of who was on it, what was talked about, maybe some jokes that were said. Maybe a quote in an inlaid box, from the show. We could have a big gallery of everyone's contributions, which is a potentially very large section of the book.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And now you've just made it into the book.
Yes.
How does that feel?
That'd be really huge.
You're now in your own book.
Yeah.
It's very it's very very surreal.
Paradoxical.
What else we have? We talk about maybe a CP timeline. Maybe a history of all the squads, the quotes. There's that dictionary that's going on in the forums right now. And the reason why we wanted to come on here in the first place is that the more people that we have inputting options and different things we include, the better it'll be. So we're going to put a thread up, and anyone with an idea of anything we could include is more than welcome to post it and give any ideas that we have, and just to make it the best project available for everyone. It'd be really cool to see. Hopefully really good looking hardcover. And yeah.
I try to avoid any mention of drunken patty cake.
I don't know. I think that might be a necessity. No, I just have one request. As long as you can pull Meej out of every single page.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
What about artwork? Is this going to be a good?
There you go.
Is this going to be a good coffee table type book, like maybe some original artwork, maybe Boom Rocker, Nico kind of stuff in there?
Yeah, like the more we can include, the better. If we can get like Flaming Menace's awesome pictures,
nice.
We can get maybe screenshots from different things. We can get the sprays everyone made. Who knows what else? Maybe screenshots from the big video spray video that is. Who knows? There's so much potential.
Wow, that seems very daunting and overwhelming.
Yeah, it's rather large. We have a few people that we've already got on board to help us because obviously we need a decent amount of people to do it. We got Rassi on board.
Cool.
I think Moot's helping out, and yeah, like I said, me and John and Maz were we were talking about it quite a while ago. So
very nice.
It's been in the works a little bit already.
Wow.
I just really find it hard to believe that there's enough of us to talk about for a whole book. But maybe that's just me.
I don't know. I mean,
the gallery alone is going to be massively difficult.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Well, the good news is at least you know exactly how many episodes are going to be since this is our last episode.
Yes. So you'll have 37 pages worth of episode guides.
Yeah.
And then you can do a whole breakout box for Age of Conan on those 2 episodes where we talked about it.
So y'all are going to screw them up because now they're going to finish this up this week. Next week we're going to do the next podcast, and now they're going to have to write an addendum or an errata for the book.
Wait, next podcast?
No one's going to listen next week. They're going to think you're gone.
I know.
They already do. So is there anything else that we can get out on the air that will help you guys out? I mean, I guess one thing is to know we're behind these guys doing this.
Yes.
I mean, we support them doing this. So, you know, if you can help them out in any way, that will be awesome. We would appreciate it.
Consent to interviews, you know.
And the better it'll be as well, obviously. One thing that I'm still working on, I'm not sure the legalities behind publishing screenshots of games, whether there's any trouble. I think it's probably okay if you just source your images and things, but I'm still looking on the legalities of that. Don't want to get any
I think
trouble,
long as it's not like the product's not based on those images, like you're not selling that book and it's not selling because of those images in the book. You know, you can get by on.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that.
Sounds a little iffy. I think we should probably actually consult someone that knows what they're talking about on this.
You
Yes.
guys.
We'll have the law offices of Control and Point contact you.
Yeah. You guys are a bit silly.
Well, you guys have a lawyer, right? So,
Robin Walker.
It's like doing a whatchamacallit, a documentary.
J.K. Rowling is suing somebody for making a Harry Potter dictionary.
Well, and they're selling a dictionary based off her work.
Yeah, but it's also. But I'm just saying,
it's not because someone made a documentary about Harry Potter or a documentary about something that had a picture of Harry Potter's. I know what you're saying, but no, that's not true. There's so many things to get around. You know, it's just as long as you're not selling and making the money off their work is what it boils down to.
But we're also not making money off this either. This is completely non-profit. It's just. So I think part of the fact that if you're making money off it, that has part to do with it.
Well, to be honest, this is not a hard question to settle. We just need to actually ask someone who knows what they're talking about. So,
yeah.
Hey, I'll get with you offline.
I'll toss another email.
I seem to be the only one here who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
My name's Brent and I'm an ass.
I'll toss Valve another email.
Maybe they'll do a blog post about it.
I know. Okay, well, anything else on this subject?
Not that I can think of.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you for coming online and talking about it, and be sure to get that post up and
for sure.
and sticky it, and so people can see it.
I definitely will.
Do you have a question you want to ask us, just in general, like TF2 question or anything?
I should have prepared one.
Well, now you're on the spot.
Ask us if we were like in a hotel room in Vegas with one of the classes. Who do we want to be with?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask that. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
In a hotel in Vegas with one of the classes, who would it be?
That's a really good question.
Wow, I never would
How
have
do you
thought
come
of that
up
one.
with this stuff, man?
That's amazing.
It's just how I roll.
Wow.
I'm going with the spy because I'm sure he can card count.
Yeah.
The spy could disguise as a female.
I think if it were me, it would be the hooker.
That's the new class coming out next.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for coming on, Adam, and we will see you online soon.
You bet.
See ya.
All right.
See ya.
Later, Adam.
Later, guys.
Well, that's
Cool.
very cool. Now we'll have to see the Meet the Hooker video.
Thanks.
Did we ever mention his
Awesome.
Steam name is Mr. Eagle? Or did we just
Mr.
start calling him Adam?
Igale. He is the cause of one of the oldest CPN jokes ever.
Well, cool. So we're going to be in a book.
Moving on to reconnaissance.
All right.
So I thought on our reconnaissance segment, first off, we could talk, give some first impressions of Fastlane.
Fastlane.
I've played this map many times, and I like it. I'm getting some good vibes off of it. I like the way that they set up the multiple paths. I like the way that you can get to each point from many different ways. But the one thing I don't like is that once you capture that point outside of the enemy base, it seems very difficult for a team to get it back. Do you get that impression as well?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I can see that.
It gets kind of stalemate-ish at that point, it seems like a little bit. Though, I didn't like it the first time I played it, but after I played it a few more times, I started liking it more. I just don't like it visually. I think it looks like crap visually, but playability, it's pretty good, except for, I think you're right about that.
And I think it has to do with height, actually. Since you're actually going down into the enemy base, you have a height advantage, which is standard tactics. You want to be uphill from your enemy.
Yeah,
And that
the
may
garage
just be
doors.
taking learning the map because you can come out on top.
Yeah, there's a high and a low road.
True,
But the low road is really bad because not only is it lower than the train at where the point is, but there's garage doors there, so you can, as a soldier, just sit there and wait for the doors to open and start hurling stuff.
And I mean, and if you get basically what you do is you get a demo or something to sticky those doors and watch those doors down there. And I mean, there's that side door that people rarely use, and then there's the top door. But I mean, it doesn't seem that hard to lock the point down. And I don't. We actually got some people complaining about steamrolls last night, because of the way it had been going. And I'm like, how can you be steamrolling when you have 2 victories? It was 2-0, and people were like, steamroll, shuffle the teams. I'm like, come on, that's not steamrolling. That's just 2 victories. But, once you capture that point outside the base, I feel like it's very difficult to move on. One other thing I noticed, this is a great offensive engineer map.
Great places to put the teleporters and stuff and getting sentries out everywhere.
Yeah, and because and might sound wacky, there's so many little places for engineers to run that, like, I end up, if I see an engineer behind our lines, I'll have to go and chase him down, and there's lots of twists and turns, and he can actually lose me, and it'll be like, I don't know, I'll be like, I lost the engineer, I don't know where he went, he's building something somewhere.
Yeah, actually, I can see that because I kind of find that there's a little too many ammo packs and too many med kits on the entire map. It seems like you walk for about 10 seconds and you'll hit another pack, and that just tends to make allow people to live too long. Also, engineers can build super fast. I can just mentally think of lots of spots where you can get both ammo and at that last point where you're talking the chokehold there, on the high road as a soldier, you can rocket jump on that ledge and just walk in the high road or on the highway on the high road. Anyway,
we say sniper deck, if that helps.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a sniper deck. But right there, right as you rocket jump, you're instantly in front of a new ammo pack and a large med kit. There's large med kits and large ammo packs everywhere. I mean,
Large ones or mediums? Mediums, the square ones.
I believe these are large. I could be wrong. They're either medium or large. They're for sure not small.
I've seen a lot of the medium ones. Usually, in almost every single room connecting 2 points, like 2 control points, there will be one room in the middle of that where you can find a medium health kit and a medium ammo pack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it seems like there's a lot of small ones. Or maybe not a lot, but on that like cap point you're talking about, there's one in the little room with the window off to the side.
It's just weird to see that many on a map. I've never seen that as a problem on a map. If it's a silly map or something, then there's a point for it, but not on a serious map. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is almost polished. It feels, of course, like Badlands, because you have that high road that the interiors, and then you have the exterior, which is low. Badland has the same thing, the low ground and the high ground, and depending on what class you are, will tell you which road you should take. Probably should take the low road.
I wonder if they really got the kind of the look and design of Badlands from this map.
It looks like it to me.
Because it's obviously one of their favorites if they they put it in the pack like that.
Yeah.
So maybe they got in there and started, because it really does feel like Badlands look and feel of it. The playability, it's really
it's a little longer, different. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's like if you took Badlands and stretched it out instead of made a Z with it or an N, whatever.
An N, an S,
Q, P.
Well, I played Fastlane once, and it left absolutely no impression on me whatsoever.
Play it again.
So I'll have to go back and play it again.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
Is that really all our first impressions?
Yeah.
I have no first impressions.
As a demo man, some of the things I found very useful, as I said, sticking the garage doors, while you're trying to hold that second point. Yeah. I found this to be a very heavy, sticky map. Like I found there was lots of radial areas from conflict zones. So what I would do is I would strafe and fill the conflict zone up with stickies. And for the most part, I was unbothered while I did that. So it's kind of interesting. I actually found myself using my sticky gun way more than my grenade launcher on this map.
Oh, okay.
Which for me, I don't know, I tend to use the grenade launcher more.
You'd pull that bottle out more.
I do, actually. I never think about it. Somebody will be chasing me, and I'll be, trying to lay stickies at their feet and exploding them rather than, using the bottle. I'm bad on the bottle.
They have groups for that.
I know. So, are we done
with that map? Or
one thing I was talking about the offensive engineer stuff. One reason I talked about that is because you kind of have to go like forward to the 4th point, and then kind of turn around and go up into that little area and go across a bridge, and you can get to that little raised ledge there, where if you're defending, you can't go straight into it. So there's some neat little, offensive engineer things that are very useful. I didn't play around with it much, but I spent a good chunk of my game making sure I covered those areas effectively and clear out the engineering infestations.
Okay. Infestations.
That's what they are.
Infestations.
If they start getting all kinds of stuff up there, it's just like a bad cold.
That's what she said.
You got to sneeze and get it cleaned out. Okay, I played a couple of other maps this week. First off, I played some Egypt.
Oh yeah, I like Egypt.
And I played a little bit of Medic, and I played some NG on there, and we actually had a really good time. But we on both occasions. Now, is this a 3-stage map, or is it okay?
Yeah, this is 3-stage.
On both times, we found it possible to lock down the second point of the second stage. Every time we played, that got held down.
Okay.
And I think it's because there's some choke points for the offense there at the top of the stairs that the defense is really able to regain control right there, in front of cap point 1.
Yeah.
I think it needs a forward spawn. I think that would help out a lot.
Yeah.
It would, yeah.
It would.
At least spawning at like the first cap point, like up top or something, because that seemed like the other team would kind of push to that point, like they're guarding 1 again, and you'd kind of fight between there and 2, and so you couldn't make it to 2 with a solid offense.
Right. And with the defense popping out, like, I mean, what I would do is I would go NG, use my stuff to help the guy get his gun up, and then I'd go back in because the spawn room was right there. I'd go back in and go medic and come back out. So we were able to get lots and lots of turrets up very, very quickly and defend the space. And that's, pretty much what happened to us as well. And then additionally, there are plenty of places to harry the people who are building up their Ubers. So
yeah,
I don't know. It was a lot of fun, but I didn't, like I said, it
could use a little tuning.
Yeah.
I played this map with jetpacks with you, Brent, right?
And I kind of assumed that we were having issues because of the jetpacks.
Yeah, probably.
Apparently it was with the map, and I just hadn't really noticed it.
Egypt has a lot of really high platforms, great places to put sentries. And it's interesting, when a big heavy flies by and gets, torn up. Then there's just like bacon sprinkles everywhere. Bacon bits? Bacon bits. So yeah, anyway.
Bacon. Bacon strips.
Also, I logged on at one point in time this weekend, and I was eager to play, and server 1 and server 4 were both full, and I couldn't get on either of them for like 5 minutes. But there was nobody on server 5, and it was on the Pyro box map.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just went in there and started swimming around and checking it out. And then I'm like, well, I'm all by myself, so why don't I change the map? So I changed it to Aqua. And I'm sitting there and I'm going around, I'm checking it out, and somebody joined me. And it was CP Odd. And so we're walking around, and he hadn't really played all that much, evidently, and so he would come at me with a class and I would kill him, and then he would come at me with another class and I would kill him, and it was kind of entertaining. But the great part was, when there's 18 million people in Aqua, a lot of times you don't have time to look around, and there's some really pretty stuff in there. Like there's that one little garden that has like all the particle effects, the little sparklies and stuff coming up.
Oh, okay.
And that's really a beautiful map, and we need to play more of that.
Yes.
Swift water, fast water.
Yes.
Did you enjoy that? What I enjoy doing is putting a sentry gun right at the end of the tunnel, so when they do the swift water and fly out, they just get torn up.
Yeah, that happened when I played it for the first time. But yeah, I think a map should have more of those and longer ones. Just make a huge amusement park out of it. That'd be great.
That would be a lot of fun.
And like glass tubes so you can see outside while you're flying through. That'd be great.
Okay.
Ooh, maybe they could do like the candy room from Willy Wonka, and they could have like the tube going up where the heavy gets stuck.
Oh wow,
I like that. Huh.
It's got some possibilities.
Maybe the entire Willy Wonka candy making facility would make a good map.
That would be swell.
I think it would be kind of cool.
All right, now if someone could go out there and go ahead and just make this map for us, that'd be great.
Now, are we talking Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
I think both in the same map, like red's on one side, blue's on the other.
Oh, excellent. And deep, lots of little deep Roys running around.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to listener contributions. So
there's a bagel in my mouth.
Okay.
Dun, dun.
So we got an email from Vector, and he says, I was poking around Gravel Pit the other night, just screwing around, when I noticed something about the lockers in the spawn rooms. The Pyro's locker has a purse in it. So I looked around a bit on the inner tubes and found out that there is a huge theory that the Pyro is, in fact, a female. So I ask you this. What do you think about the theory that the Pyro is actually a woman?
I couldn't remember if we had talked about this already on the show, but it is something that...
we did like a long time ago.
It was long ago.
Was it on the Pyro episode?
Could have been. I don't know.
No.
But
it was on the Scout episode, because that's what it would have made sense.
I just think it's one of those little things that Valve threw in for you, and you can just speculate. I think it's kind of a Samus kind of Metroid type thing. I think the Pyro is a girl because there's absolutely no reason why it can't be a female.
Well, the only thing I guess they could add in a male Pyro later, but it kind of precludes them from doing, female models or something.
I really don't think that they have any intention of doing that.
Yeah.
I think that they would have provided some hint at some point in time if they were going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think one day we'll see it.
Really? Do you really believe that?
Well, yeah. If they want to continue to add content to the game, after a while they're going to have to think of something.
Well, I'm not saying they won't add new classes or maybe new outfits, but I'm not convinced they're going to change the basic models. I think they put a lot of work into these models to make sure that they're easy to differentiate between one another, and I'm not convinced.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if they're already working on it.
In an interview with Robin Walker, he said that they had intended to make male and female versions of all of the classes. And I think that indicates to me that they may very well do so in the future.
Burn!
It should be noted that in that same interview, Robin Walker referred to the Pyro as a she.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I guess one day we'll have male voiceovers for the Pyro.
Huda, huda, huda. Huda, huda, huda.
Maybe.
Ooh, burn.
That's the Pyro burning you.
Is that what that is?
It is. The male one.
So does anyone have any thoughts on the thread of the week? I have one.
Ooh. I'd like to hear yours.
The thread of the week. Ooh.
Yes. Peanut posted a thread of the week, and he was like, this isn't a serious thread or a mock on the gameplay. He goes, this is just me analyzing some of the things in TF2 and trying to make sense of them with an explanation. For instance, he produces problems and then answers to the problems. Cool. His first problem is all TF2 classes are able to carry 3 or more items on their body without any noticeable bags or sacks, except for the scout.
Right.
And his answer is, all TF2 classes store weapons up their own bum or carry invisible magic bags.
Huh. Yeah, I support that answer, that solution there.
Yeah. In that case, I wouldn't want to be the heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. His next problem is...
it burns!
Really adds new meaning to get behind me, doctor!
Or the fact that he's named it Sasha.
Yeah, he could probably hide a medic up there. All right.
Another problem, when the scout reloads his pistol, he does not release his current clip from the pistol. And the answer is, the scout's pistol carries special technology that disintegrates the current clip in the pistol when he reloads.
Yeah.
I mean, these are...
Maybe he's just so fast you don't see it. Because he's faster than fast.
I think he's faster than fast, and he actually breaks the light barrier. I guess you actually refer to that as the speed of light usually.
I like the light barrier, though. It's more descriptive.
One of his other problems, the soldier pulls rockets out of his butt. The answer is the soldier has figured out how to manufacture rockets by eating gunpowder and metal for breakfast.
Oh, nice.
To be fair, the soldier is, effing crazy.
And apparently he eats less now. He's trying to cut down. So he produces fewer rockets.
So anyway, that's our there are some more things in here, and we will link them in the show notes, but I thought that was a kind of an interesting thread of the week.
Yeah, that's to get you warmed up. Nice.
So, well, let's move on to shout-outs.
Let's shout them out.
Hey! Oh. Hey!
There was we got an email today. It was text message to our email from Johnny Napalm, which read, "Greetings from 8,500 feet."
Did it say E?
Yeah.
Fall off? That's brilliant.
I hope he didn't fall. Apparently, he was ski patrolling that day on top of Mount Hood in Oregon. So he just wanted to give us a quick shout out.
I hate that place.
Way up there.
Mount Hood.
Skiing in the hood.
Do you really hate it?
I really do. I hate it. It's my least favorite mountain.
We also got another shout out. This is also from Johnny Napalm, who somehow earlier in the week was ski patrolling on the top of Mount Hood, and then on Friday night he was on the CP server, and he said, anyway, this shout out was for the CP crew I joined on Friday night: Rasputin, Azrael, Suraj, Paranoid Android, and there were many other CP regulars who I can't remember, and I apologize profusely to them for that. See, how does it feel?
He should do what Eric does and keep a a notepad next to him at all times, so he can write down everything that happens around him.
Even when he's up on Mount Hood, you know.
Anyway, yeah, what else are you going to do when you're up there? That's the most boring mountain.
So he says, what was so epic was that in the final stage of Corporation, we had made the first cap in pretty decent time, fighting off some pretty clever NG rush in the lobby, and by the time we were getting ready to Uber up and storm the final cap, the Reds had this massive sentry farm going. We simply couldn't get past all these guns. I wish I had a screenshot of all the death that awaited us with nasty big pointy teeth and rockets and guns when we came around the corner for the final cap. It was brutal and scary and glorious all at once. We tried multi-Ubers and failed, and they were doing a really great job of harassing us with the pyros as well. I think I wasted 5 Ubers by getting ambushed by pyros just as I was about waiting for a healing target, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it was frustrating and immensely fun all at once, and I wanted to shout out and thank all the players who were involved.
Nice.
He says, was good trip.
Nice. I want to give a shout out to TechCore. He I guess he has a new map that he wanted play tested, so we got on there and play tested, and it was really neat. It had a lot of cool places. The only problem with it seemed to kind of stalemate. Like every single map seemed to stalemate, and I think it had to do with there were multiple entrances into places, but it seemed like everybody was kind of going in the same one. So everybody basically died in the center, and you couldn't cap anything. But so it was a cool time out there with all those guys on their play test in that map.
Sweet.
Does anyone have a player of the week? Did we even think about this?
Player of the week.
Any ideas on player of the week?
Are we still doing that?
I don't know. It's the last one.
I think we should make Conan CP.
Conan CP is our player of the week.
Does it even exist?
Not yet.
Shut up, we'll make it. It's okay. It's okay. We got it. Okay, so if you want, you can update the Control Point Wiki page at tf2wiki.net.
Wiki.
And Control Point Podcast. You can dig us, DIGG, Control Point Podcast.
Wiki. Or you can call us at 256-513-4772.
Or you can call Brent's cell phone number. That is 256.
Force.
Yeah, what was that number? I need to dig that number up.
513-4772.
Yep. You can give us some iTunes reviews. We like the iTunes reviews.
We like them a lot.
We do.
You can stumble us. Give us a thumbs up on Stumble.
Mm-hmm.
You can join the Steam community.
You can.
You can join our forums.
You can't do that. Don't do that. Do not join the forums. It's a trap.
Is there anything that you can't do?
Let's see. You
can't join the forums. I just said you can't.
You can't ban us from the servers.
That's true.
Because we do that to you.
I can't even do things like teleport you and stuff.
Yeah.
As mods.
You mean change that? I can change that.
I would like that. I think you should be able to. I think all the mods should be able to do things to the other mods.
I think all the mods should be able to do things to Eric.
Yeah, me too.
You mean apart from the normal things we do to Eric?
Hey-oh!
Go to controlpoint.muxtape.com to listen to TF2 tunes and parodies.
Or if you're addicted, to the Twitter, you can go to twitter.com and add Nailhead, Devil Turnip, Chaos_CP, or Wes Wilson, the unupdating mofo.
Twitterist.
Yep, I'm an anti-Twitterist.
You know who I'm following on Twitter?
Who?
Will Wheaton.
I added him because you added him. I copied you. I totally copied you. Or you can listen to the other podcasts on the Dead Workers Party Network, such as Trailer Trash Talk, Random Chatter, Lost Chatter, Movie Chatter, The Zero Show, World of WoW, maybe. Or you can listen to The Cyber Mole, which we will be doing immediately after this podcast.
Yeah, and last week, Ifrit joined us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go back and listen to episode 3 of
or Sean Morgan, as he's known on the Cyber Mole podcast.
Yes, as opposed to Ifrit.
Yes.
Well, is that it? Are we done?
I guess that's about it.
Yeah, we took a while. That was a long one.
Yeah, we took a long time to do very little actual content.
Yeah, well, isn't that the way it usually goes? You know?
Quality over quantity.
You
You are now at the end of another episode of Control Point.
Victory.
Every one of you deserves a medal.
A podcast brought to you by the Dead Workers Party. See the show notes and leave comments for this episode at controlpoint.deadworkers.com or leave us a voicemail at area code 256-513-4772.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Hi, Son of Pestilence here, and we're bringing you another episode of Control Point After School. This is the podcast for younger people who play games. I think I have a backpack somewhere. Is it over here? No. Is it over here? No, it is over here. Negative. Is it over here? No. Oh, I found it! Let's see what I have inside. I got Pokemon cards, lunch money. What's this jellyfish doing in here? I'm not Spencer. Here we go. I got 3 tips for kid gamers. First tip, homework, then gaming. If you don't do it in this order or you skip a step, my dad tells me that you'll end up unemployed, living in your parents' basement until you're 30. If you think that is cool, listen to step 2. Most of us gamers out there need a little help in the area of social interactions. So here's a hint. Most girls aren't gamers. Talking about leveling up your priest of Mitra with the co-ed behind you in the lunch line. We'll go over as well as a veal dinner at a PETA convention. It's best to stick to topics like Hannah Montana. Dun dun. I had to keep this next tip on the DL. We all know we could whip our parents' butts at playing video games. But nothing will make them feel older than less than getting owned every time they play. So let them win sometimes. You need to do this even if you're 30, if you live in your parents' basement.
Hey, what do you do with my headset?
Uh-oh, gotta go. Email me at cp@deadworkers.com. Or dig me, or Twitter me.
Alright, that's enough.
Lately, we have been getting flack from talking about Age of Conan way too much on this show. I've read that listeners stopped listening to the show altogether because of it. It's on the forums, it's in our email inboxes, it's even mentioned on other podcasts. Specifically on Fortcast, one of the other Team Fortress 2 podcasts. A Control Point listener went so far as to call into their show and leave a comment about how much he was annoyed with our excessive Age of Conan talk. In episode 2 of Fortcast, the host gave us a little jab. To save you the trouble of listening to the whole episode, I'll play a little clip.
We've readjusted our format of the show, and we're no longer a weekly show. We've done this. It was an executive decision just to provide better content to the listeners so that we're more organized, we have more things to talk about, and we just create better shows.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we figured, if we tried to do this every week, we might run out of stuff and have to go to the place where we vowed we would never go during episode 1.
Onan K, by the way.
And quite frankly, I don't feel like spending money on Age of Conan just so that we have something to talk about on the podcast.
Here at the Forecast, we take the quality over quantity approach.
Ouch. What was that last part?
Here at the Forecast, we take the quality over quantity approach.
Hey, calm down, guys. It's just a friendly podcast. You guys can be the serious ones, and we'll continue to be the casual, silly TF2 show. But I do have something serious to tell everyone out there who has a problem with our Age of Conan chat.
We will try to talk less about Age of Conan, but we can't make any promises. We will try to talk less about Age of Conan, but we can't make any promises. We will try to talk less